All right, we're here with Brendon Stimson, who is in currently Newsies. And why don't you tell us what brought you here to New York, when you started acting, and give us your rundown.
My rundown, my story goes, I was into singing as a kid, like all the soprano stuff, even before the voice changed. I had a good time with that. And then I didn't really get serious until about high school. I think my sophomore year of high school, student production of Fiddler on the Roof. And I was the, if anybody knows Fiddler, into life, there's a big guy who stands on a table and goes, "Ah!" for like a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
And people had started to say like, "Hey, you're kind of good." I was like, all right. But I didn't know if I could do it as a career or anything. And then I started looking at colleges, and I figured out that to audition for musical theater in college, you had to do a dance audition. So I had never danced before, really, in my life. And so once I kind of started dancing my senior year of high school, I mean, the dancing bug caught me, and I got hooked. And so I picked up dance as soon as I could, every class I could do, and graduated from Syracuse University in 2009.
Nice.
And moved to the city and got a lucky break. I was in West Side Story right out of school.
Nice.
And now we're here, living the dream, doing Newsies.
Yeah, so what's that like? I mean, critically acclaimed show.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Especially, we were a little timid at first because there is such a cult following, and we grew up on the movie, and so we knew there were going to be changes, and we had to be open to those changes, and we're just so glad that all the continual followers of Newsies are happy with those changes as much as we are. So it's really great to be able to tell this story that we grew up on, and look back at things in musical theater of guys dancing, and it was a cool thing for guys to be dancing in Newsies, in West Side Story, and to be able to do both those shows in my lifetime in the beginning of my career here in the city is pretty awesome.
Now, do you find that a little ironic that you had to learn to dance, and now you've been in two shows that are primarily dance based?
Yeah, and it's been, I mean, it's been really right place, right time, as theater is, but I mean, it's, the talent on this stage especially is unbelievable. I mean, I look around during some dances, I'm like, how am I in the same show as these guys? But I mean, it's the most supportive bunch of guys. And yeah, it's a process, and we all try to keep up with each other, try to one-up each other, and then that brings the show to a new level.
Now, next week is the Tony Awards. Is that your first time going?
Yeah, it's my first time performing in the Tonys, first time being involved in the Tonys. I joined West Side after all the Tony stuff. I actually remember I was doing a show in Ogunquit, and I remember watching the Tonys and be like, God, I wish I was in that show. A month later, I was in it. It was pretty weird.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's my first time. I'm really pumped to be part of such a celebratory time.
Yeah, and what are you looking to do? I know Newsies is now an open-ended run. Is there something you're dying to tackle after Newsies eventually does end?
What I'm looking forward to tackle now, I'm one of the understudies for Jack Kelly, and so I'm really pumped for a time to take on that role at some point. Not for 8 shows a week, because I'm not a freak like Jeremy Jordan yet, but
I could go crowbar him in the back if we're on his way in. And he's
Let's wait till after Tony's, huh?
Okay, yeah. There's probably bugs around here. They're probably going to come out and escort me out, right?
But after Newsies, I'd love to get into more singer and actor roles. I'd love to continue dancing, sure. Yeah. But I'd love to really tackle some acting-heavy stuff.
Nice. And what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out in the business and is maybe, on their way to getting their equity card, or wondering when is a good time to get it?
I'd say, it's a lot of determination. You just can't really take no for an answer. If your heart is set on doing this and you want to do this for the rest of your life, then never take no. I remember, I remember auditioning for theater and trying to get into this biz, and I was told no at every college that I auditioned at. I actually didn't get accepted anywhere my first time around. And then I remember auditioning for West Side my junior year at Syracuse, and they told me, no, first cut right away, gone. A year later, I got it. So I mean, it's determination, it's being prepared, right place, right time, and just never give up. If you love doing it, it'll happen.
And here you are on Newsies and Broadway. Can't get much better than that.
No.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
No, my pleasure, man.